Good evening, friends. That Gaming Author here, and welcome to day 5 of my 30-day video challenge. I am outside for once. I don't know how easily you can tell. And there are lights out in the distance. Hang on, let's see if we can get a good view of the sky. It might just be pitch black, but, ooh, the moon. There we go. Got a nice shot of the moon. It's been a long time since I filmed in my backyard. Also, the kitties are staring at me through the back door. Hi, kitties. I think they're wondering what in the world I'm doing back here. But I decided I'd film outside for once. It's been a long time. I haven't recorded my Pokemon Crystal video yet, but I will shortly. Hopefully, at least. But yeah, today's been a good day. We don't work tomorrow because it's Good Friday, so today is technically the beginning of my weekend. So that's nice. And yeah, I'm just kind of enjoying being outside. It smells very floral out here because, it's that time of year. Now let's see how far out into the yard I can go until the camera no longer picks up my face. Man. Oh, it's real dark now, yeah. It's been a long time since I filmed all the way out here. Or I don't think I've ever filmed all the way out here. But yeah. Check out that moon. Probably not super easy to see or pick up on the camera, but that's alright. Yeah, I'm just kind of enjoying being outside. Getting the fresh nighttime air in my lungs. Just injecting that straight into my body because it smells nice. I already had my evening coffee, so I don't have coffee to share during this vlog, but I'm sure you guys understand. It's been a nice day though. Work went pretty simply. I had a few technical snags in the morning. Just the usual stuff. Things that kind of just didn't let me take calls for a little bit. Things along those lines. And then figured those out and just handled the rest of the day like a pro, because that's kind of what I do. I mean, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but that is quite literally just how I handle things. I kind of pretend to be a pro at whatever I'm doing, and I mean, it serves me well. I've done fine just in life in general. And I mean, that's what most people do, right? Like, most people pretend to be pros or like excel at their field, and then they eventually actually excel. So I feel like that's kind of what I do, in a way. I just sort of put on this face saying that, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing, I can do this, while on the inside I'm internally panicking and hoping that I will be okay. Because it's easy to get worried about the little stuff. Oh, that light's out. Or maybe not that it's out, but rather it's just never on. Because yeah, there's a light right here. Let me see if I can get a closer look for you. Over by that door, it might be too dark to pick up, but there's a light there that I never noticed until now. I've lived in this house for, so I moved in 2018, so 19, 20, 21, 4 years now, and I've just now noticed that. To be fair though, I'm not really out here all that often. I spend most of my time inside, even though when we first moved in here, I wanted to spend plenty of time in the backyard. My plan was to put up a lawn chair, sit in the grass, read a book, drink some coffee or something. And that was my original plan, essentially. I just wanted to enjoy being outside more. And I did that for a little while, but, life gets busy. Things change, life changes. You hear really loud trucks pass by in the middle of the night for some reason. Although I guess it's not really that late though, to be honest. It's like 10:30 or something like that. But still, a little late for really loud vehicles to be passing by. I don't mind. Ooh, I see a star. Are there any more? Oh, yeah, okay, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm sure the longer I look, I'm gonna get more. Because, like, at first I only saw one, but then I kept seeing more and more cluster around it. And I'm just like, maybe it's not necessarily that they're appearing, but rather, the more my eyes get adjusted to the night sky, I see that. And I kind of want to step out into the grass a little bit. Just kind of enjoy the night sky a little bit. Let me go ahead and point the camera this way, so that way you guys can actually kind of see me. I just keep checking the yard. A little worried about wild animals, because that's a thing here. Man. When you look up at the sky, you realize all the stuff we stress out about is kind of pointless in the end. It's like, our problems as humans are so small. It's like, you look at those stars and you just realize, those must be really large stars to be able to be visible from our Earth skies. I also didn't realize the camera was pointing away from my face. It's a nice change of pace to just be able to enjoy the sight of the sky, take in the wind, just the elements in general. If you couldn't tell from my vlogs already, I really enjoy being outside, but I'm not outside enough for reasons that I won't say out loud when I'm outside. We can discuss them privately. But yeah. And then we've got the moon up there. Got some clouds. A little bit of cloud coverage isn't a bad thing. We got some rain recently. We got some snow recently. I might have talked about it in a vlog already, but we got snow in the middle of April, which never happens. It was actually kind of insane. Man, I wish my camera recorded better at night. I would love to show you guys a proper side of the moon. Because it looks amazing, and I love it. Oh goodness. There's a bug flying by the light. And Treble is watching it very intently, like, oh my gosh, I see something moving. I don't know if you guys are seeing that, but yeah, there's a bug on the porch. Looks like a moth. It's like, oh my gosh, light's on. But yeah, anyway, I keep putting off talking about the day. There wasn't really much that happened after the last vlog since I recorded so late. I just recorded Pokemon Crystal, posted that and the vlog, and then Kayla and I went to bed. That's pretty much the end of the story, just because we were both so tired. I didn't really fall asleep until after midnight though, because for as tired as I wasn't ready to fall asleep yet, so to say. And then this morning, I went to work. I made coffee on my first break like I did yesterday, instead of having it first thing in the morning, because my stomach doesn't like coffee first thing in the morning, especially when I wake up at 6:30. So I decided I'd save it for the first break of my shift, as opposed to just making it right away. I explained all that yesterday. I don't need to reiterate that. And then, what else did I do? Dealt with work, did more grinding in Pokemon Crystal. And then once we were off, I did learn of more stressful stuff that I won't really disclose just because I don't feel like dumping all that crap right now, but I'll deal with it. I'm a big kid now. I can deal with stressful stuff in life. And like I just said, looking at the night sky, you realize how small our problems really are, no matter how big they feel, because in the grand scheme of things, like the band Kansas said, all we are is dust in the wind. It's like we're here one moment, gone the next. We deal with all the stress and all these problems, like that finances bring, that, landlords bring, that the IRS brings, and that other people bring, but we're gonna die someday. So Why spend so much time ruminating over the negative? And don't take this as toxic positivity. I'm not doing this whole like, oh, refresh your mentality and you'll feel great. It's more of striking a balance. It's not positivity you want to find. It's enjoyment. Like, just find enjoyment in something. Find something that makes life worth going on for, because that's the most important step. Even if it's not something that brings you like ecstatic joy, even if it's just something as simple as, oh, I get to make coffee whenever I want, so make it to your next cup of coffee and then look forward to the next one. Or reading a good book. It's like, okay, I have this book series I've been wanting to read, I'll read it. Then you finish that book series, okay, there are millions, probably billions, of books out there you can read. It's like, beat a video game, there's more you could play, or heck, you can even replay that one if you really enjoyed it. There's a lot to look forward to in life. And I feel like the first and best step to kind of understanding and grasping the element of just feeling better in general. Sorry, I thought I heard something. The first step to all that would be finding enjoyment in life, even if it's in something little or something small. You don't need to force yourself to feel good. That's something important I think we all need to realize. And that's part of toxic positivity. Man, I was watching some of my earlier vlogs from like 2020, 2019-ish, and I embraced that toxic positivity mentality a little too much. I was on this whole kick of, I was dealing with depression, and I mean, I'm still dealing with depression. I feel like I'm a little more grown now, so I handle it a little better, but I was on this kick where I would do things in my best interest to spite depression and act out of spite, essentially, which isn't really a good way to live. Like, if you're living out of spite, I feel like that's just going to kind of fill you with a sense of negativity. So, looking back, I'm glad I grew up and grew out of that phase, whatever it's called. Because I was all about, okay, my depression's bad, but I'm still going to push myself to do this because I'm going to spite my depression. And I did. And I ended up feeling worse some days because I pushed myself so hard to feel something I wasn't ready to feel. And I feel like, take what you will out of this whole spiel, but this is just stuff I've learned over a few years and just growing and learning and dealing with feeling like my life isn't worth it enough to keep going, but still finding reasons to keep going. And almost embracing the fact that our lives aren't really that important. Like, that's a good thing, I think, because it stops making us think that, if something goes wrong in our lives, that the whole world's going to end, because that's not the case. We aren't important enough that our problems are going to cause the end of the world. Like, there are some actions that may cause the end of the world, yeah, sure, but at the end of the day, we're all people. Like, we all deal with things. Just show compassion to yourself first and foremost, if you're capable of it. Because it can be hard to do that. For a lot of people, I'm sure. A lot of people deal with self-loathing, and they've buried themselves so deep in self-loathing that, no amount of words will get through to them, but to those who can, just try a little bit. Treat yourself the way you'd treat someone you really care about. I feel like that's the only lesson I can really teach. I'm not a professional by any means. I feel like I have to say that every time I go on one of these psychological tangents. But, I don't know. We're all just drifting through life, trying to figure out how to deal with things, and I don't know. I'm trying to figure things out by myself, so part of this rant is also me trying to help myself, and if anyone else benefits from it, excellent. If no one else does, alright, whatever. I'm still putting this out into the ether of the internet anyway. But, yeah, that's pretty much been my vlog. I haven't really done much today, so I will likely just work on more Pokemon later tonight. So in the meantime, I hope you guys have a great day or evening, whatever time it is for you, and I will see you again tomorrow.